Welcome back, everyone, to another great episode of the Sea of the Esteemed. What's important on the bigger picture that we also look at the bigger picture and promote each other. It is very important us as people, as individuals, reach back out to others who are entrepreneurs and make sure that they have a lane to open up to do things because all of us together, united together, we'll be able to win. So, without no further wait, I want to introduce you to the guest that I have with me today, the most very lovely Kendria.
Thank
How you
you.
doing, Kendria?
Awesome. I'm doing
That's
awesome.
great.
Yes.
Miss Kendria, her resume is so long. Producer, video maker, movie. I will let her run down her long line, you know.
Well, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I am a film producer, independent film producer. So for the last 5 years, I've been getting my portfolio together, working on proof of concepts, trailers, videos, music videos, which stems from me working with artists. I do have an independent label, the Lick Team Music, which I've been dealing with that company for a minute. I've always done philanthropy where I did an event where 50 Cent donated, where it was the Lick Team. So that's my music publishing company, and that's where I work with artists. I also have a hair company, drop shipping, skin hair, which is www.skknhair.com. And with this business, I'm kind of like one of those one stop shops. It's entertainment film. So I deal with fashion. First off, that's like a family business, which is skin, apparel. So we do leather and suede. So I've always styled artists, help artists, with their looks and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of Kendria's world.
That is so amazing right there. Like you said, like a one-stop shop. Somebody could come to you and get so many different things that they need. And
Yes.
you have artists too, as you were saying.
Yes, I work with artists where it's more so I partner with artists because over the years of being a manager and working with artists in this independent lane, you just have to protect yourself because sometimes artists they're not there for the long run. Some don't understand certain things you have to do. So I do more of a partnership with artists where either I'm buying a track or I own the video if I'm going to put up the stuff for the video. And basically that's it. I partner with artists. We do the music, in that type of way. With me, over the years, I do have a 501c3 Push Fashion Inc., which is the title of my 501c3 and my podcast. However, Push Fashion Inc. is where I set platforms for artists, talent, in fashion shows, that kind of different type of things. So, again, yes, I do work with artists,
That's
and it has to be worth my time. I'm real honest with artists. Like, no, you're more of a storyteller rapper, or do you want to be as a star, or you just doing it just because you just want to be an artist? So, yeah, I don't just work with
that's
artists.
amazing. How is it to work with the young ones today? Because it was different in the '90s, I think.
Well, I love it. I'm a young spirited, so these young artists, they're very out there, outspoken. What do they call the alphas, the Gen Zs or whatever?
I can't even keep up with it all.
Right. So you have to just have an eye and an understanding of their taste and be open. But they just keep me into knowing what's going on. Like the artist I work with, Cash. She's like she get her grills. She's fabulous. She's talking what the talk is today because they go through a lot,
Yeah.
and it's very
She's a very good artist too. Yeah.
yes,
Shout outs to Cash.
yes. Star
Yeah.
Cash. She's
Star
very good with
Cash, I
working.
check out. I've been checking out a lot of her music. Very you know.
So we work together. And what I've done with her is because she's an entrepreneur herself with her music. She's always networking, always in the studio. She travels to Atlanta, L.A. She goes for her beats, looking for producers. And where I come in with her is I'm setting up the look,
Yeah.
the styling for the videos. So I've produced like 3 of her videos. We have a video coming out soon where she dropped Friends. So that video is going to be coming out on my platform on Rock Nation, my distribution with my company. So
So that's coming out on Rock Nation?
yes,
Wow, that's amazing.
yes. So
Yeah.
the Lick Team Music, I have that distributed through Rock Nation.
Oh man, I've got to look forward to that. So everyone definitely look for that new project that's going to be coming out. That's going to be lit, and I've already seen it myself. So it is lit, guys. So look out for that.
Yes.
Now, tell me about the film part of yourself, because I see like you do a lot with filming. Besides videos, you're actually into like short movies or whatnot.
Okay, so my beginning passion of the film world is an actor. I am a SAG actor. Um, you know, it's I'm a realist, and you have to, have good agents and stuff. And what I had access to, I've done my stuff like Law and Order. I've had a couple of lead roles. One of my roles that got me my SAG was in When Will I Be Loved with Nev Campbell, Dame Dash, Dominique Chianese. So, my love of acting, just that's my passion, was film. So me being in the music entertainment business with always dealing with film and having locations, cars and everything, I started getting into building stories. So I wrote a few film ideas a while back and I kept them. So then someone came to me and said they had a short film idea and they needed actors, locations, or whatever. So I was like, I'll do this project, but I need my director credit on it. I'll invest in getting all the actors, locations, yada yada yada. So that's where my real bug started with filming, getting the cameras, and doing a whole production. So a lot of people came to me, but I was at that point where I started going back into my creation of what storylines I had. Another associate came to me and said, I have this movie idea. I said, okay, don't play with me. I can get writers.
Yeah.
Do not play with me because I'm on a different level when it comes to this and I can make it happen. So I'm like, okay, if you really want this, is a real risk at it too. If you want some proper shit, stating like, okay, we need to get the script done. Well, I have script writers, but they're going to cost. Now, are you ready to invest? And he was ready to invest. So with that, we did a proof of concept. We have a pitch deck, and we spent a nice 15 on, we had a heavy hitter actor, locations, cars, real sound people. Valentina, who actually filmed for like Law and Order and another name brand, we had her as the DP. So that's the kind of game I played. So that was like my first project that I actually got on film. However, some people aren't ready for the long haul. So actually that project is waiting to be edited into the proof of concept so we could shop it. Okay, so then I wrote a storyline. That project that I wrote a long time ago about 4 females. I wrote a series. After I started researching and did that other project, I started paying attention to different series on what were getting awards and stuff. So I developed this 5-season series. It's based off of true life experiences, but a fictional story. So built the pitch deck with the producer, the other producer I work with. He has access to certain levels of actors, production companies, and all. So I raised some money, invested in my trailer. I shot about 7 days, got the trailer. However, you got to really understand this business because when you're working with these DPs, in my head, I was going to get my project in the order that I filmed. thinking that was not enough. It was just enough for a trailer. Actually, I end up filming over 500 scenes, and it's worth an hour episode. So, getting that, I got the trailer because the editor DP was just like, no, you paid for the trailer, not that's like 45 minutes long. That's a whole different cost factor for that edit. I'm like, okay, understood. So so that's Ooch Life. That's called Ooch Life. So that's the trailer is done. The edit is going into edit. And I've been shopping it. I've been working with a few networks, Open Door, that are very interested. However, with me being new and a new independent film producer, I have to put some more accolades on it where where I can get that budget and stuff. So right now they're waiting, okay, get that hour episode and we can actually put it on the network. And I'm like, okay, so now it's just a process. But yes, that is my baby right there.
That is so amazing. I'm very myself much interested in the acting thing and the filming and all of that. So hopefully we'll be able to hook up on that, beyond this because I'm totally into that. You know what I'm saying?
Right now I'm getting ready to set up the whole like camera team again so we could start filming and putting in some pieces so we could get the movement back. Just, filming again.
That's amazing right there. So with all the things going on in society today, did you watch the inauguration today?
No.
It was very good.
It was good.
Yeah. He said a lot of interesting things.
Okay. I knew some of us was gonna watch. And then some of us are in the point of like it's Martin Luther King Day and I'd rather hear about what Donald Trump said instead of really experiencing and soaking into him because, life is life. However, he's our president or whatever, so I'm just waiting to hear and see where it goes.
Yeah. We got to give him a chance.
Yes, Donald, give him a chance and let's see.
Did you hear?
I would have more watched it if because it is Martin Luther King Day and it would have been really special. Like, did he honor and make sure he represented towards Martin Luther King, that it was Martin Luther King Day at all?
If he did say that, I might have missed that part. I didn't
okay,
see that part.
So, that was in my hope of...
But I would think he would be smart enough to have, so now you're going to make me go back and look and see.
If,
You're right. You're 100% right. He had to...
Because it is that day, and that is this day also, which it always falls on the 20th. The inaugurations are supposed to always fall on the 20th. However, this is an extra special day. So we'll see if he honored what the special day is.
What did you think about Biden today pardoning all his family members?
Well,
And everybody that had anything to do with the prosecution of Trump.
Well, I mean, power is power. And, okay, let's talk about it.
Yes.
Okay, let's compare Jay-Z, how, the cousins or whatever is always complaining that Jay-Z didn't look out for them or whatever.
He take care of them.
Sad to say, we always don't stick together, but they do under any circumstance. So what you expect Biden was going to do?
No, of course. It was to be expected.
Yeah,
To be expected, But it was just so funny to see how it is because it was almost like tit for tat. So when Biden let all his family members go and the people that, prosecuted Trump, he gave them all a pardon. Trump turned around and pardoned everybody that, had anything to do with, running up in the thing that they had locked up. All of them by today or let go by this afternoon.
Of course. I'm not surprised.
So it was like a tit for tat, so you said. Because at first, Trump was saying the ones that was like nonviolent, he was going to pardon, and then he was going to let the justice system reevaluate the ones that had violence and stuff like that, that attack, but not after
The fact
he
that he's the
heard
one that
that.
started it and encouraged it, he gets to control it. Oh my God. I mean, that's just,
You think,
it sickens in my stomach on
yeah,
how America and the boofer fuckery.
yeah. So what you think?
Like, just, he gets to,
Yeah,
and it would, and
yeah, yeah, yeah. He gets to run it on now, and he's mad because he said the people that Biden pardoned, those were some serious crimes.
and this, I
They
mean,
tried to go after, a sitting president. That's a serious thing. They need to be brought to justice.
because they came after him
Yeah,
for
because
doing
they
what he
came after
did.
him, and he feels that they used the Constitution and the laws to do that. And you
But it
know,
wasn't. So wait, we talking about because Trump, who sent these people at the White House and did all of that and caused all of the things that and crushing people and
he says he promoted a peaceful rally. It would in the peaceful was in the peaceful rally. You had some obvious troublemakers. That's his.
that's
Yeah,
right
that's
how he's
his
gonna
side.
stay it.
Yeah, but
But again, the fact that we're talking about it and because if that was it would definitely not be going this way.
yeah, absolutely.
You
But
know, it's
one person that I think that might be a little happy that he's in power and that is hoping that an old friend remembers him. It's your boy Puff Daddy.
oh.
What do you think
So
about
what
what's
you
going
think?
on with that?
Okay, so I mean, just me knowing that Puff and Trump have a long time
Yes,
relationship
they do.
where, you know, okay, these are all my opinions and
Yes, of
just,
course.
lifestyles that I've been around and just, things, so, give or say, I'm talking shit. However, they are off of,
It's our opinion,
actual
the
shit,
people, what we see.
but they've been friends to where Puff used to come in the studio complaining like, yo, I hate hanging out with Puff because that nigga, he's like, I hate hanging out with Trump because that nigga be making me spend my money. So, once you start playing on that game with them levels of people, but yeah, they've been friends for a long time. However, I guess if Puff called me, be like, yo, don't let them play me. If he party niggas, I guess he would.
Yeah,
However, he probably would because don't they say that Puff got all the little
yeah,
Indiendos waiting for everybody if
yeah.
anybody or whatever. But I don't know. Puff fucked up
You think
with
Trump on
somebody.
some of those tapes?
Of course. Of course. Trump nasty ass always talking
Yeah,
about and that's the thing, that nigga don't give a fuck because
yeah.
he done talk
Grab a
about
woman
grabbing
by his
pussies
coochie.
and
Yeah,
all and
yeah,
he
yeah.
done said it all where
Yeah,
there's no respect level. But Trump is like the what's the Hugh Hefner.
yeah,
He
yeah.
the he the
Absolutely.
he next in line with Hugh Hefner, you
Yeah,
might
he
as
got some
well.
of that in him. He got some of that in him. But
We know all of Trump women, but I could see if Trump could, yeah, he would. If he would,
yeah.
if he would, and Puff would call his ass, and they probably got some shit together.
I'm still, for the life of me, I've never actually seen anything like this in hip hop. It's really amazing to watch it on real time because I don't know what I'm watching. Are we watching the deliberate destruction of moguls that are powerful for our people? Or are we watching the chicken come home to roost? Are we watching the devil come back and get his Price. It's like, what are we watching right now? Now Jay-Z is in it, and some of the things that they allege with these guys, like with children, you know, what do you think about some of that
Okay,
stuff?
so it's a certain lifestyle, of course. Now, you could go with thinking that because all of our powerful black entertainers, something just went wrong where it didn't make sense. Michael Jackson wanting to own all his shit, and then all of a sudden they was making him weird. It goes back to where if you've really been around Michael, you would never think he was a molester, to the story they painted over him, where they always mess with their lifestyle, their profile, their what's the other word I'm looking for? Their image.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to say, you know, I'm a woman, but a lot of women might not agree how I think or whatever. But sorry to say, Bill Cosby, you know, with them saying he gave him something. No, everybody was doing coke, and you just pissed because you didn't get your gameplay. However, it all happened where Bill Cosby wanted to own networks, and not like now it's a different game where everybody having a network. But then he wanted to do some serious shit, and then they started fucking with his image, and all type of
I
shit
remember
came
that.
out. And then like women in the cut waiting, i.e., let's go to Puff. Sorry to say, yes, you can't go to jail for being a narcissist. Yes, Puff is a narcissist. Yes, Puff. Most of these people in this music business, they have that. The business makes them like that with just how the game go. Where your artists, even though artists get mad that they getting fucked over, no, at the beginning of the day, this money all come from a certain tree and a certain where they really put in a lot of money and they got to get their money back. So you get to have a piece of it and be on it, but you got to be smart how you work if you get signed or whatever. You got to have a team that know how to work the label, but a lot of people just sit down and wait for the label to work for them when they get signed. So that's where the confusion gets. And everybody know being around Puff, it's a certain lifestyle. You're a part of that lifestyle. Everybody getting on the plane, everybody getting, it's that lifestyle. However, now it's coming out that because Puff wanted to do a certain type of black politician party, and they're always at our top black people. It go in the game. It go in the game. Yes, he had access to do whatever, and he just played they game, and somebody's at him because they all doing the same thing he doing. Why is Puff getting fucked over for all this type of shit when they all do it? On the level where I've been at philanthropy events where they're talking about the sex trafficking and who's involved, politicians and all, but they after Puff for what Elvis Presley started. Fucking Marie Presley at a young age. So it's
So this is
sad
real.
we never know. However, I'm gonna get to Cassie. That was a setup. Not to say it was a setup, but why it took that long. Just kind of comparing to like them chicks sitting on the side waiting to get Bill Cosby. I hate to say, Aaliyah parents and all, when she was getting in the game. Cassie, her parents were involved when she was getting in the game. I'm sorry to say, Cassie's a pretty girl, and she probably thought she could run Puff, and Puff don't give a fuck about no prettiness or whatever. And it's a hard game where they, when you on that level. So I just say that Puff fucked over somebody because he be playing that real game. Diageo, the liquor companies, that's mafia. You never know. It's
Mm-hmm.
just so many aspects of where, and then he's a cocky nigga.
Yeah.
He's a real cocky nigga. So maybe he rubbed somebody the wrong way. But again, it's just he playing that same game they all play. So right now it look like they picking on the nigga. And a lot of people are like, oh, he's narcissist, he deserves it. Yeah. Yeah, he fucked up. I'm mad. Cause, I love all his shit and all the
Mm-hmm.
shit, the power, not the power, but our music, our music, our music. That's our livelihood.
Yeah,
You
legendary.
know,
Yeah.
that's our,
He's a part of almost the last damn near hit from the last 20 to 30
30
years.
years,
Jesus.
and he's still, when
30,
you look
yeah,
at it,
all
when you look
day,
behind
yeah.
some of these artists, some of the hot artists, it's because of him.
Yeah, for
You know,
our age, definitely our lifetime. Yeah,
even the ones now. I'm not good with all these names, but what's the light skinned rapper?
which one?
He say oh my God, light skin. He do a lot of songs. He did the video with the African kids. He had the African kids in his video, but Puff is around behind a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
He
he
give a
is.
lot of opportunities. So it's sad. However, damn nigga, you just went too far or whatever the fuck and wasn't
What
doing it
about
right.
Jay? What he do?
Well, I say it's kind of easy for them to wrap him in because he's in the game. And, it's a lot of shit behind the whole Beyonce and Jay-Z thing and, their love life and all. So it could be, I look at them as a clean money-making couple and on another level because of the business things that they're in behind the scene, attached to the banks, attached to the basketball, and it goes on and on and on of the level of things they're attached to, even with the way they're moving smart with their daughter, making her have Grammys and all of that, connecting their generational wealth where they're an easy target. Either they're being an easy target or you never know because these niggas and whatever you do in the dark eventually come out. And these niggas in this business, women in this business, it's a vulnerable situation. You want it, bitches be wanting it, and niggas be playing the game because they could do it. So a lot of time people play pussy and get fucked, and then there's some lucky people.
Absolutely. I remember growing up, one of the things that I used to see a lot in high school, and we didn't know, you learn now when you get older. It used to be grown men with the cars and the Jeeps and the stuff like that, and they would be picking up these little girls, and we like 15, 16 in high school, and these grown men was picking up the girls that was my age that we should be talking to, but we got to be in competition with these dudes that was in their mid-20s.
And that, sadly to say, exactly, that's been the game where, you know, either a young woman or whatever, or what they were attracted to and what was in our culture and what you had access to. And the young women got with these puff type niggas. And it's sad to say, I've been around where if you in the team, i.e., whatever level, management, producer, whatever, these women drop their clothes for it. And, everyone's on drugs.
The demon.
Everyone's on drugs. Which is the sad part where, everybody know how to have fun, but you got to know how to have balance. And these girls don't be having balance. And then the ones who have it, then the excessiveness, they don't have balance.
Speaking about balance, I noticed you have a wedding ring on like myself.
Yes.
So you're married.
Yes.
You are involved with so many great things and you do so much and so many great things. How's the balance with that, with a husband and wife?
Okay, so I have kids.
King and queen.
Yes, I had kids. So
I do too.
how I look at life
them
is,
my whole life.
I graduated from NYU. So when you're in school or just anything, you can't let the other class be the excuse why you failed the other one. So you just have to really have balance and do a reality of whatever. So, I respect my home first and make sure that's in order. My kids, homework, me and my husband, we tag team on, schedules, he does real estate and private car service. I am actually a part-time teacher, and then I do my career. So I get my schedule. I let him know, like, this is what I have on the calendar. This is when I'm filming. This is when I'm doing this. And yes, it does get him a bit teed because of the role of the woman, the wife. We are of different cultures, so I am one of those people that I'm like, you're not going to train and ball me, okay? You knew who I was before, and I'm still that person. So yes, I have to, put honey on it all the time and like, okay, babe, because he'll be like, you didn't tell me. Yes, I did. Text, watch the text. Just calm down. Gotta go. This is important. However, I do make sure he understands, like, all right, like if I have to go somewhere, I'll tell him I don't know if I'm going or not, because if it's not in order, I'm not going. But sometimes if it's me in charge, dude, I gotta go. So yeah, so there's balance, and he gets, he's a man, but it's just life,
I
you know.
think that black love, marriage, was, don't get that twisted, but there's a lot of black so-called love going on and no marriage. That's something else, guys. But marriage with black love is so important. It's what's going to save our people. It's going to what save the whole world, because that's the way it's kind of made. That's the union that creates, and that union creates, and you're supposed to be together when you create. When you create and you're not in the union, there's unbalance with the children that you're raising. Sure, you have beautiful black women out there that are strong black women that might believe that they could raise children on their own, but that's not the case. That's not the balance of life. It takes, as you would know, having a husband in the house, it takes us both. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it does.
When you turn on the, well, I would say turn on the love, but with most women, they be turning on the meanness, and daddy got to turn on the love. Like,
That's
so,
that's in the household.
yeah,
I am the
yeah,
disciplinary, and
exactly.
dad
Yeah,
is
that's
sometimes
how
when
it
they
is with me.
really get
Yeah.
him, he has to
That,
scream. But he,
no, daddy's
I was
always the
just
soft one. Yeah. It's all
like,
right,
I don't
kids.
do video games too well
Yeah.
with my kids. You do not tell me to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I pulled the plug on my son the other day. So me and my husband was laughing. He was like, "Oh my God, if I was when I was that age, if you would have pulled the plug on me." Well, this is about the fifth time, and I had to let him understand, like, I do not give a fuck about no video games,
Yeah,
and
no
try
doubt.
me right now.
Yeah.
So he was like, "You didn't have to pull the plug though. I was always almost winning." And if you would have won, what? So yeah. So yes, I am the disciplinary. However, kids. Okay, so I'll even go back where my mom, she was never knew her dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even the father, grandmother came in and took the brother and said that she wasn't his.
Mm-hmm.
So she grew up, her mother died when she was young. So she grew up not having that love of just a mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let alone a father, most people. Um, it can make you dysfunctional. Me having kids, the way my kids, deal with me, and
Mm-hmm.
then the way they deal with dad. And sometimes, in our culture, people are not fortunate having both,
Yeah.
and it's sad. However, what I've learned, something simple, right? That could boost our power of who we are and stuff is a hug. My cousin just recently died. I lost a few people right before Christmas. I also lost one of my actors in
Sorry to
my
hear that.
series. I'm going to be casting again. She died of sickle cell. However, back to my cousin, learned something where how important a hug is.
Oh,
The
yes.
hug gives about 7 or more benefits of health, our self-esteem, and certain body chemicals. Our body makes all type of chemicals that build us or whatever. Some of the chemicals could kill us depending on, but a hug, I want you to look it up. It has, like, it's good for your immune
No, I
system.
know.
It's good to hug your child because it boosts their self-esteem. So yes, so just having kids, it just takes me back to where, you know, some of us just have tragic situations. My mom, and growing up, you know, just some of us don't have the mom and dad. Some of us are fortunate to at least have both parents, not even marriage, because you know some people don't believe in marriage. However, I say if you've been together years, that I just got married. We're common law. We've been together 16 years. So, you know, when you make a pact and children, and if you're really committed, a lot of people aren't committed. A lot of people, some generations, some people are just based off of just what they could get. And then some people,
That's not love, yeah.
no, and then it's not a lot of love. A lot of these babies are made off of just what they could get, an emotion, a one night stand, or whatever, which is sad. Then we have some people that really save themselves and want to bond and be committed, because before marriage, it's about real commitment. You know, then it's, you know, when it gets into the LGB, the other, that love where these people are becoming together and bringing children into their situations, you know?
Not
So
naturally.
not naturally. It's sad.
Yeah.
Where, you know, and I can't say sad. It's just that me as a heterosexual, I just like where you give a child a real chance of life and not putting it in their face and training their thoughts.
One of the things that Trump said today was that as of today, we are back a two-gender country. Yeah, that was one of the things that he said.
Two gender, what does that mean?
Male, female. So all that other stuff is out today. Hey, you know what I'm saying? He said it. Trump said it, so they can't get mad at me. Trump said that's out.
Oh my God.
You know
See,
what I'm saying? We back to male, female.
Male, female.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not mad at him. However,
other,
that's going to be sad because it's a lot of people out there in the world. So when he says that, that means no more marriage. What?
I don't know the deepness of it, but you know.
Oh, so you don't get no
The
special treatment?
Yeah, exactly. You had these guys that were so-called transgender, but they're being considered females, and they was going into female sports.
Oh, no.
And this was something major that was going on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, look it up. They've taken over female sports.
No.
And
so
they're
then
really
no.
men.
No, that's not.
You know what I'm saying? So that had a lot to do with, you know, Trump thing. Like, you know, we're getting, you know, a
stay in your
male
lane.
could go
That's
to
the
the
type of
bathroom.
situation where
you know?
I'm sorry, anybody could get mad.
Yeah.
That's stay in your lane.
It's
you doing
going
too
a
much.
little bit too far.
You doing too much. If that's a female sport, then you need to be female vagina down, for real.
And then he also did something with the freedom of speech. Because, you know, it's been a thing that if you are heterosexual and you say anything, it's just a whole, you know, like your whole career could be destroyed, everything, lose your job. Because you just saying, like, hey, I'm a heterosexual, you know.
And I don't have to be about that.
Exactly.
That
you know, it's
lifestyle.
not a disrespectful thing or anything, but you can't say anything, you know, about, you know.
And you should be able to
so
say, because they get to kiss and do, and it's just like, I used to hate growing up. I hate how they did Harlem, where I was with my 5-year-old and we're at a bus stop and they got some black boys kissing.
Mm-hmm.
That type of stuff is too much, where that could be your lifestyle. That just like as heterosexuals, we don't start kissing and fucking in front of the kids.
No.
You wait till when it's time for them to know about that at a proper age. And I think that's how any sexual lifestyle should be respected.
Yes, anyone. Either way,
and they think they could get away with being flamboyant. That's the only thing where I get, you know, respectful. Because I used to hate when I was going to NYU and these chicks grabbing on me. You don't know if I'm mad or don't disrespect me.
My thing's too, being that you have kids, you can relate to this. I fear for the world.
And
when I think about it,
and they
you know what I'm saying?
So young,
I fear
it's
for the
disgusting.
world when they get in their 30s. I fear for the world that my 9-year-old and my 15-year-old going to experience when they get in their 30s.
And everyone's so like pushing it in their face.
Yeah.
It starts young.
They already
It's
started and they cartoons and all of that other stuff. So they're going to
every
they
freaking
already have
show.
all of that in their mind.
Every freaking show, even like the Wonder Girl, like Wonder Woman, like the little
Yes.
Wonder Woman. Why does everything has to be hetero? What is it? Bisexual? It's just too much. Where
too much. Yeah.
let it be normality, especially on shows where kids are possibly watching. I think it's a lot of brainwash. So I'm sorry, Trump is leading around the right path of respect.
And yeah, with that,
I would say that's a respectful move to where everybody give it balance. Because no, that's not right. Men trying to be women and then getting in a woman's sport and competing against other women. No, you're still a man.
Yeah, absolutely. And then possibly one day, again, like, what do I tell my son when they get old enough that they have to check the female's birth certificate when they meet them? That's a lot to think about.
Ooh, you hit it on the dot. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? I can't teach them that they could just meet a female now.
Right, because
their
these
world
girls,
is
these
going to be
boys
extremely
be looking
different.
These boys be looking.
Yeah.
They be doing
they're
work
going
and
to be
everything.
extremely different. These are going to be people who transferred over as children. So by the time they get 30, they done been that for a long time. So they really, got the whole thing perfect.
So yeah, you would have to. That would be
Teach
just
my
like people
boys
used
that,
to
like,
say.
yeah, you got to know.
Let me see your paperwork if you have a
gotta see
sexual disease.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's.
Let me see if your
it's back
paperwork
like
if you're
that.
really a woman. Especially if you feeling like, and I had met this, and I was getting like, wait, it looks really good, but I just keep getting like it's a man.
Yeah.
And then I was right.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
And they be fooling people.
That's
too.
very, 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 very scary.
Yeah. Wow.
I got to keep up with this Puff
that.
thing and see what really happened. I grew up with Puff too. I'm from Harlem, born and raised. Me and him used to play in the house together. He's older than me by like 6-7 years, but
beautiful.
his mom and my mom was friends, and his mom used to do my mom's fingernails. She used to do nails and stuff like that. So he used to come over with her to the house, be stuck having to play with me when we were children. So I knew him as that. I
knew them
known
also.
him as no adult. When I grew up and he became famous, I used to, wish that I could run into him, but now that it all worked out and I see all of this, I'm kind of glad, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that didn't happen like that, but I pray for him, and I pray for all of us. I think one of the major mistakes that we're making is the marriage thing. Why is Puff 56 years old still having freak-offs?
Okay, so how I look at men in life, everyone's individually what they are, even as a young lady, getting ready to start dating. You have to watch what type of man that you want. Now, there's some women that have appetites too, and that are the same way. There's some women that get married and still need to go and have a freak off with some young boy, So everybody has their type of sexual intake they are, There's the balanced couple that loves marriage and everything. And then there's the guy who now he's taking care of all his kids. He does right by his kids as if he's married to every little individual mom that is dedicated. Like, he praises the kids. His new baby that just came out, Love, like, he's popping them out. And it's just like, where'd that come from?
Yeah, he did have a new baby.
And it's like, where did that come from? But, like I said, when a young lady is dating, there's some men that have appetites, they're men that like their lobster, but sometimes they want fried chicken and Italian. So That's just an appetite of a man. So, he's in that business that gives you that cockiness where you could have the world. So, I just could say where, I've, just even with J-Lo, when he was with J-Lo, that was a situation, just knowing the background of J-Lo and who was her manager, and she was always dating in a situation style, and doing her career, So I'm not mad at Puff. I'm
not mad at him
at
either.
him just where, not to say mad at him, but just to say there's some, okay, just imagine he does get married, but then he's always going to have his woman bitching. Just to say Beyonce and Jay-Z, you got to be a strong bitch to be married to Jay-Z. I've been around, I grew up with these niggas. I've been around these niggas, yes. Jay-Z was one telling Tata, leave that bitch alone, because I was never the one to play pussy and get fucked, because these niggas just want to fuck. And being Beyonce and knowing who Jay-Z is, that nigga is still a nigga at the end of the day. That nigga is still popping ass and doing that, and you have to be a strong woman to be in that type of, and there's some women that is doing everything for that. She's a fucking millionaire. They want what they want, and you gotta suck it up. Some people can't take it, like the other rich country singers. They be going through it and crying and divorcing all over the place. Not Beyonce. That bitch, and they, but I know, yeah, that all that shit is true where they fucking off, and Beyonce the one who sings her song and what they going through in their relationship. That shit is real. That's, some people these artists make life off of their music and their lives. That's what helped them write. When she be talking about pink lemonade and is Becky better than me and all that shit is real. Beyonce's going through it. And I mean, I hate
he
to
said
say,
it. He had said it on his album.
I mean, just to know, like, we niggas, like, we know how these niggas is. Niggas ain't gonna change because they're a superstar. He's still a real nigga at the end of the day. And she's just loving life. But at the end of the day, she's a bad bitch, so she could do anything she want to do. So at the end of the day, rich motherfuckers don't be happy. And she's still, because she grew up where hotness is just hot. So she taking it in. I mean, who knows if she got her own thing on her side and we just don't know. That's why she don't give a fuck.
Not the personality he is.
So, but then Beyonce be looking bugs sometimes.
Personality, I mean, that's just from the outside looking in, but not that type of personality.
Talking about Jay-Z wouldn't have it.
Some dudes is, they're very possessive.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could tell that.
I've seen where a man is going to be a man, and you got to be a tough woman to be.
He probably had your head take off for her.
I mean, it goes into, so it goes back into where this whole thing came up with them having the orgies and threesomes and him watching Puff fuck her and all.
No, I don't believe that.
Well, I look at that part as if it was true, because they are a height where they're swingers. Like, there's dedicated married men and women swingers, where there's a lifestyle where what if he does get turned on watching her fuck someone? You never know. So that's the only thing where that's a real thing in society where people,
it is.
So I mean, in my younger years, my friend was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take you to this place. It's gonna be every fantasy you'll ever dream of." Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, I'm a hard bitch. It's very hard to impress me, so I don't know what you're talking about. So of course he takes me to an orgy spot, but of course it was that time of the month. So it was like you can't surprise. However, went in there. So there's this couple. They're like, da da da. So he comes up to me. I'm like, I'm not a good one. So he's like, stop! Don't tell nobody. Just chill.
Yeah, just chill.
So I'm like, all right. I probably ain't gonna say that. So end up, long story short, we get downstairs. There's a cop. He's like, what's going on? Bugging out. So he ends up getting that wife. And the husband is sitting there. So the wife is there. He's fucking the wife. So the husband is like, come on over here and just chill with us. Just chill with us. So I'm sitting there chilling. So the wife is like, honey, tell him to stop. tell him to stop. And he's like, hey, hey. And my friend,
What the hell?
my friend was like, saw him telling, so he went crazy, like, I'm not stopping now. He's like, hey, dude, stop, stop. After he
This
got it,
is
he was like, after he
crazy.
finished, he was like, oh, I didn't see you. I didn't see you. So, yeah, so,
Wow.
you know, some people, you know, that's the lifestyle where they could have a high sexual intake where you never know. Jay-Z might like watching her fuck off. You never know. So just stating. However, if that's true, it's really people mind your business because they're
No, I
adults.
dig it.
If that's their thing, they're adults.
Yeah, I dig
You
it.
know, nothing's wrong with if Jay-Z and Beyonce is fucking off in front of Puff or whatever. They're adults.
No, completely, and we should mind our business. It's when it gets into the children and
Yes, that
the
part.
other fuckery stuff, you know.
You know, so are they defacing him? However, that whole thing that came up with the private planes and the young girls, where it's
Yeah,
just like,
and the trafficking stuff. I didn't even know what trafficking was in the sense that they say it is until now.
right, they're saying it like that. However,
Yeah.
when you made the point saying like when we were in high school and you saw the 15-year-olds going off with the drug dealer niggas, it's sorry, at a young age, you want what you want.
Yeah.
And yes, these 17-year-olds be wanting what they want, and it's a lifestyle and certain stuff. So it's like a thin line of, okay, the girl know what's better. She know what's right and wrong. So why is she even there? She wanted to play. You got to be careful, but he wasn't. It's the airplane. They taking paperwork. He fucked up.
Yeah.
He could have just did it wherever he was with some young chicks or whatever.
I think if you 30 years old and you 25, any of that stuff, then you sleeping with a 15, 16-year-old girl, I think you're foul.
Yes.
No, that's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I think you're foul.
Yeah. In that matter, yes, he's foul because I would die if my young daughter.
Exactly, you know.
But I was young once, and well, at 19, I was not playing. So, and you couldn't tell me nothing. However, because it was a certain lifestyle, you know, I grew up with my mother on drugs. So I was the mom. I was on another level of you had to come correct if you were a man or whatever coming towards me. So I dated older guys because I couldn't deal with the youngness. And it was because of the stage of life I was in, you would say, of my maturity.
You from Harlem?
Born in Miami, and I started Harlem when I was 12 years old.
It's the same thing. That's,
So
you know, yeah,
raised.
you
Born
made your
Miami,
bone
raised Harlem.
in Harlem.
Yes.
You knew Big L?
Yes, he would come around Julia Richmond, my high school, a lot. I don't know if he went there, but he was around there a lot. And then I've seen him a few times over the years living in Harlem.
Oh, yeah? What do you think about, so you know Cam and Mason, everybody?
Yes, I have pictures of me and Cam, me and young Cam, when my first job in Harlem was with Coca-Cola. We used to have the Yukons, all the big trucks, and did a lot of like kid events and giveaways in Harlem. So Cam definitely supported our promo team back then. So I have a lot of pictures with Cam. And then over the years, when they started doing Cam and Dipset and having different artists, I set up a lot of photo shoots and bringing cards on scenes for
Oh,
them.
that's cool. That's real good. What do you think about the whole fallout with him and Jim Jones right now? That's kind of sad.
Cam
to
and
see.
Jim Jones?
Yeah. Getting kind of ugly on social media.
Well, I just hope it just stays like giving entertainment and that they don't get caught up in any ego.
They too old.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
I think it's just because Jim is really putting a lot of music out. Cam isn't. So Cam is doing more of his like
The podcast.
media stuff.
Yeah.
However, I guess Dame Dash Jay-Z type. But I just hope it just stays social media numbers, you know, because you do stuff for social media. these people are getting paid off of social media and their numbers.
Speaking
So,
about that, Dame has the outlet where he lets out movies and stuff. Have you worked with him?
yes, actually, well, over the years, I've been a part of his projects. His projects are definitely community driven. He keeps it to the streets. He brings everybody in. So I've been around a few of the projects. They just had a project, Honor Up 1 on BET. They're starting to work on Honor Up 2. So I am negotiating and working with them to help be a part of their next project, possibly getting the next script written for them. I'm actually going to an event of his today, a project he's premiering. So, yes, so I work with the team, that really just networking with me doing my film producing and them doing film production.
Sister, I don't think I've been around another a sister that have so much going on as you. Like, I've heard everything you said today, like teacher, everything. I mean, like, you have a lot going on. I
Well,
really
you got to be
take my
stable.
hat off to you on
You got to
that.
be stable. You have to be real with life. There's people for everything. It's either you want it, you really focus and do what you got to do, or we still need the people who just want to chill and not want to deal and just want to watch TV. So everybody plays a place in our world. So, you know, I'm just, I got that energy and, I do
You
what I
have to. You
love.
have to have that energy.
I do what I love.
Yeah.
Um, you know, we live in this world where it's a lot of haters, sad to say. So I call myself a butterfly and I walk with God to always protect me and open my eyes to people around me to protect myself and keep it moving because I don't
Very
have time for
important.
it.
Very important.
You know?
Yeah, that's very important. It seemed like so many of the younger artists, especially the female artists and just artists, period, they need you, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I'm peeping that like right away. So where would they go about where, they could hook up with you because, we
That's
need
kind you said
artist
that
development.
because
But that's definitely what you are. Yeah.
yes, I deal with a lot of female artists and after working with them and stuff, they do compliment me as in good guidance and
No, I could
focus
see that
and
immediately.
proper things to do because it is sad. Sorry to say, a lot of they sometimes they don't know just simple little stuff and how to deal with a driven men world and stand your respect levels or whatever. But you can contact me on several social media accounts. I have Push Fashion Inc., which is spelled Push Fashion Inc. That's on Instagram. That's kind of like my promotional page where I post different events and stuff. And then the stuff from the podcast. Kenny Patrice is my personal, where you see me partying on all sorts of level and out at events and doing stuff with my artist Cash. A lot of that. That's Kenny, spelt with an I, Kenni, Patrice, Patryce. That's social media. My companies, this is a woman world, so we love wearing this
Yeah.
hair. So please, I have the best hair, It's very, competition out there, but if you want quality hair, and yes, sometimes you got to pay for it, but I still have the best prices. But it is good, like my shit is
The sisters
bank
need
on.
that, definitely.
So that's www.skinhair, that's SKKN hair, HAIR.com. And, just stay in touch with those social medias and then you'll see my tags from my production, filming, and videos and stuff, all the stuff I do, So, yeah.
Yeah, this was really lovely this evening. Is there any message you want to leave the people with? Because anything you want to say, leave them.
Really, it goes back into kind of like COVID was a restart, I would say, because again, this is my opinion freedom of speech, you know, before COVID back then, you know, it's always population control, what I call it. A lot of our people are dying not knowing, because some people had to take that COVID shot. So like me losing my cousin, a brain aneurysm from out of nowhere, you know. So we're not promised tomorrow. And I'm really like, hug your family, hug your kids, and just, you know, pray, stay focused. You know, don't get stressed, overstressed. Don't let bills stress you, because you know you got to do that every month. Don't let regular life stress you. Let it just be, God will take care of it. Be in a reality of taking care of your bills. Don't put too much on you. Just stay, so you can stay balanced. But, you know, tomorrow isn't promised. So really, you know, connect, love your people, and, you know, be positive. You know, whatever your mindset, your goals are, be positive and don't stop.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I couldn't have said it more better. It is so important that every day that we love one another. I just thought about something I just want to hit on. I got a phone call from my nephew, and the other day, and he told me, you know, he ready to move out, go out on his own, you know, but his mom, my sister, she's ill, you know, so he helps take care of her a lot. And he told me he released the stress about how he felt like he wasn't being able to live his life. He just wanted, you know, be free and live his life, you know. He young, he want to be on his own. And I told him, I said, you're being given a moment from God right now that you need to stop, look, and appreciate, because in the next moment, that moment is going to be gone. And when that moment is gone, it ain't no moment that's going to be able to bring it back. So I think, as what you said, with all of us, we all need to appreciate each other and our loved ones. That's what this is all about, because life is not promised, you know. With that said, I think this was beautiful. And
Thank you for having me.
everybody, please check out everything the sister do. She is such a positive spirit. And see you next time on
Yes,
the
you'll be
Bigger
seeing
Picture.
Ooch Life. Ooch Life, I got a few singles coming out. Ooch
Ooch
Life
Life.
single.
Mhm.
That'll be on the Rock Nation. That'll be on Tidal, Apple Music. You know, I got a few songs coming out on these artists.
Absolutely. Peace, everyone. Thank you.